Hey guys, it's me. So this video, I wanted to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of giving birth. This is my birthing experience and how it went. So, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Bless you not. Bless you. And subscribe. Comment down below what you think and how maybe a little snippet of what you went through, because you know what? I give props to all the moms who do at-home births, because I just don't know how that's even like possible. So my birthing experience started off with I was supposed to be induced on a Saturday. I don't even know the dates. I just know the day my son was born. So I'm just going to tell it how I remember. I was supposed to be induced on a Saturday. Knox was born September 21st. And I was supposed to be induced Saturday. But I think like Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. It might have been a Wednesday. I don't really remember. I started to get contractions, and my mom had come down a little early because we told her that I was supposed to be induced on Saturday, and she just like surprised us and came down like a couple days early, which like worked out perfectly, because I started getting contractions, I believe, Thursday. And yeah, that was real. Like that was And so we decided to go to like the park and walk around because I wasn't very active my whole pregnancy. I was kind of like a potato. I didn't like move a lot, which I don't recommend at all, because I do want to say that it led to complications giving birth. It was just a lot tougher time. So anyways, we were at the park, and like as I was walking, I was getting like these contractions, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in full-blown labor. Really? Full-blown labor? What, honey? Mama's talking. Don't cry. So anyways, so yeah, we were at the park walking, and I was like, oh my god, this is full-blown labor. No, honey, it wasn't. So I still kept having like really strong contractions, but they weren't like timed like as far apart as they needed to be. So we just went back home, and I was still like dealing with contractions. They were going like every probably 10 to 20 minutes. And then like at night, I woke up like around 3, and I was like, okay, now they're getting pretty intense, and they're coming like more frequently. So I started to feel like really like a lot of pain. So I told Kelly, I was like, let's just go to be sure, because I'd rather just be, yeah, remember? So I was like, I'd rather be sure than to like not know what's going on. They like monitored me on that machine where like they can tell how hard your contractions are. And the lady was like, oh, so like from a level of 1 to 10, where's your pain at right now? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm at like an 8. You guys, she laughed at me. She freaking laughed at me, and she's like, oh, honey, you're at a 2. I was like, fucking 2, and I'm over here, oh, I'm at an 8. Oh yeah, I was definitely at a 2, because let me tell ya, I was not expecting what I was in for. So they kept monitoring me for like, I want to say almost 30 minutes, like an hour, almost to an hour. And then they tell me that I'm gonna have a baby, like ASAP, because I guess on the like machine thing, they saw Knox's heart rate drop, so they couldn't send me home because of that. So, ew, a fly. I cannot stand flies. So because they saw Knox's heart rate drop, they couldn't send me home. So we were literally admitted like right there and then. Thank God we already had like the hospital bag in the car. So they admitted me like right there and then, and that's where it started. That's where hell began, because they like induced me first with some shot, and I just wasn't dilating. Like I wasn't, it just, my body wasn't working. It wasn't doing what it needed to do. So they did I don't even remember the name of it. Pitocin, I don't know. And they gave me that. I was slowly dilating. When I went in to get checked, like in the beginning, I wasn't even dilated a centimeter or anything. I was still, yeah. So I was slowly dilating, slowly. And so they did the shot, or they did the medicine, it's about to get a little graphic. They put a balloon in your womanhood that opens you from like a 1 to a 4. So yeah, when they inserted this balloon, I about lost my mind. I don't know if it was because I thought that something was inside of me. Like, I was more scared that it was gonna, like, hurt the baby. I don't know. First time mom here, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, the baby's in there, the balloon's in there, they're gonna pop. And they told me, oh, you're gonna feel it when it comes out. And my bones were just stretching. And it was intense, and I was crying, kind of screaming. But, like, my mom got me to calm down. And, like, sure enough, the balloon came out, and they checked me, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're, like, at a 4 now. I think I was already, like, a day of labor, like, a day in labor. So, after the balloon, they just waited and waited and gave me more medicine and waited and waited and waited until day 2. So yes, I was in labor for 2 days. Lucky me. And they did the epidural. The epidural is not as bad as everybody makes it seem. Honestly, I think the worst part of the whole thing is having to not move while you're having contractions. The epidural itself didn't really hurt at all. It just felt like a little like sting. Like, you know when you get those little like blood things on your fingers when they like poke you? That's literally all it felt like for me. But the hardest part was like not moving while you're having contractions. So that was that. And then what else? After the epidural, I swear I like overdosed on that thing. They had, you know, that little remote that you have that you can push if you're like feeling pain. Your homegirl was pushing. And I'm not kidding. Like, every time that light would turn green, I was like, push it now. Because I could just not, I guess I am a big baby because I could not deal with the contractions. They were horrible. And I would even tell Kelly, like, I guess sometimes I wasn't pushing it right because, like when you push the button, like, you can feel the medicine go through, like, the little tube and, like, down your spine and stuff. And there were times where, like, I wasn't feeling it. So I would tell Kelly, like, babe, push the frickin' button because I'm not feeling it. So, like, he would help me push it. And, like, at first when they gave me the epidural, I was kind of, like, hesitant about pushing it until, like, the lady was like, no, you can go for it. Like, push it whenever you need. Yeah. I pushed it so many times. Every time the light turned green, it was on. I was pushing it, and I was just waiting for the next, like, I don't even know how many minutes in between waiting for the light to turn green again. So that was that. But then I started to get like a really bad pain on my left side, like my lower, like, I don't know, like my ovary area. So I told them, like, this is hurting. Like, a lot. And I don't think the epidural is working anymore. So they gave me like this freaking fly. I swear. It's only one fly and it keeps coming in my face. So they gave me like something stronger than the epidural, and they put it through like my little tube in my back, and that like numbed my whole bottom half. And I was like, yes, where was this a day ago? Because this is what I needed. Now we're talking. I could not feel shit from the waist down. And I was like in heaven. I fell asleep. I took a nap until I woke up, and I was like, the pain is back. So I think I got like 3 of those shots because I could just not do it. I could not take the stupid pain. So I believe I got like 3 of those shots, and then it was finally time for me to push. I pushed for 4 hours. His head didn't even come out. It was like prairie dogging, and it just wasn't, he just didn't want to come out. And then here's where it gets scary. Once I was pushing for a while, she tells me to flip over. Let's get this straight. I've been pregnant for 9 months. I've barely walked around the corner. I'm pushing 200 pounds, and you want me to flip over? She's like, yeah, flip over, get on all fours. So I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So there I am, flipping myself over, and then, but I was like in a plank, like in a planking position, flipped over. Yeah. And that wasn't comfortable. Like, I had to have a lot of upper body strength, and I didn't have upper body strength. But I just kept telling myself, like, okay, something's wrong, because I could tell in her face. So I just need to be strong and push through. So yeah, it turned out that Knox's heart rate was like dropping really fast and really low. So they kept me in that position because that's the only way he was like, his heart rate was coming back up. And I was there for a while, and I was struggling. Your homegirl was struggling. Like, ooh, it was just not nice. So anyways, they put like the oxygen mask on me and everything, and I can just hear them chit-chatting, and I was like, I already know it's coming, so just tell me that I'm gonna have to get a C-section and get this child out of me, because I'm ready. So yeah, sure enough, they flip me back over, they take me to surgery, and I'm having a C-section. 2 days in labor, 4 hours pushing, and I ended up with a C-section. And so during surgery, I felt like Kelly wasn't even there half the time. Maybe it was the meds, but I just felt like I was alone. I don't know why. But I was like, what I do remember is I was like so tired when they were taking him out. I was trying to go to sleep. And I think Kelly thought I was dying because he wouldn't let me go to sleep. Like, he was like, no, you have to stay awake. And I would remember I'd fall asleep, and he'd be like, babe, wake up. And I was like, I'm not dying. I'm just freaking tired. Until the doctor told him, like, no, yeah, like, let her go to sleep. Like, it's fine. So they took him out. I guess they said that he didn't, even when they were taking him out, he didn't want to come out. So Knox was a little tough guy. And he didn't want to come out, and I guess they had to do, like, intense resuscitation, because he came out really with a really low heartbeat, and that's sad. And I look back at the pictures now, and I could cry because it's just sad. So anyways, they took him out. They took him out, and I had all kinds of drugs in my system. I had all kinds of medicine in my system. I barely knew where the heck I was. and I couldn't stop shaking. That's one thing. I couldn't stop shaking. They literally had to tie my hands down like this, and I felt like Jesus for a second, like giving birth, and I just felt really like, oh. But no, seriously, my hands were tied down because I could not stop the shaking, and yeah, after they took him out, they like sewed me up. It felt like it took like another 25 minutes for them to like close everything up, put everything away. And then Kelly was gone. He left to, I think they took him with Knox because they took Knox to the ICU, to that little place where the babies go. Don't ask me. I don't have kids. But yeah, they took him to the nursery, and he left. And I couldn't see Knox for like a couple hours after because they were trying to stabilize him, and then I guess I had ran a fever after my C-section, so they were trying to make sure that like I was okay. So anyways, that was that. But the first time seeing my little baby was literally all worth it. But it was a crazy ride, let me tell you. And the only reason I'm having a next one, y'all can judge me for it, I don't care. Yeah, I'm a big baby. Is because I can have a C-section. So yeah, that was my birthing experience. Traumatizing. After that, I was like, I'm done. I don't want more. I'm good. Sew me up, cut me up, throw it away, whatever. But now I want another one. And it's only because she told me that I can choose to have a C-section the next time. And I don't care. Call me a big baby. Call me weak. Judge me. Whatever. But yeah, definitely doing a C-section again. A planned C-section next. Yeah, it was intense, guys. And let's not talk about after you give birth and how your body changes and everything. If you guys want to hear my experience, like, after giving birth, like this video and let me know so I can let you know some changes I've noticed. That's, like, completely, oh my gosh, okay? And it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I want to reach my goal for this year. I want to get to 10,000, I think I said in the last 10,000. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers this year, so I think we can do it. Come on, girls. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey guys, it's me. So, after